Hey guys, Orla here from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are reviewing the Cinch Backpack from Bellroy. In this review, we will have sectioned it off into a wee summary. We'll go through the features, we'll pack out the bike so we can get into it. We'll do a wee fit check, airline test, water test, and then run through some pros and cons. And of course, as always, if there is anything that we have missed that you'd like to know about this backpack, then just pop us a wee comment below and be sure to get back to you. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So this is priced at £109 and it is made up with recycled sources such as plastic, PET bottles, and you've got industrial nylon offcuts and fishing nets. It is a wee 20 litre. It is 44 by 40 by 12 in centimetres. The colours you can currently get it in are the sand dune that I have here. You can also get it in the oat, denim blue and the charcoal. Guys, I don't know if you can see from the grin on my face, I'm so excited about this backpack. When I saw that they had released this, I literally was like a kid in a candy store. Now, in comparison to like a backpack that I love, it's like Stubble and Co with the coating and stuff, I really love like funky kind of style backpacks such as this and the kind of topo design one that is behind me. I just think like it just changes up the kind of day-to-day look, and it also just brings something new to the table. I really adore this. Obviously, in terms of like my wants and needs that I want from a backpack, some things do go amiss for the pure kind of aesthetically pleasing side of things. But again, this is going to be each to your own. Like you might look at this and go, a bit too gimmicky, a bit too bright, a bit too this and that. But I look at this and I go, It does have a great flexibility. Tick, what I love. It actually has a lot of padding here on the back as well. So even if you are implementing your laptop or anything, you're not feeling that. It has a nice flat bottom, as you can see, when depending on what you're kind of packing it out with, you can see it does sit up by itself. But in terms of like the styling stuff, I do know this is going to be not everyone's cup of tea. You can tone it down and go for like the charcoal, but this is just like giving me summer funky vibes. Like I feel like I should just be really cool, which I'm not, but when I wear this, I feel like I am. Sorry, this is where I interrupt and just say, if you do happen to have a wee gander on the website of the products we are reviewing, then we would be so grateful if you could use our links below. This is no extra cost to you and it just helps us as a team and growing our channel. What's that? Oh, you would like me to introduce you to the team so you can see who you're helping out? No bother, let's go. First up, we have our editor, Orla, our outreach manager, Orla. Oh, there is our script writer, she's shy. She's called Orla. Then we have this sexy lady for thumbnails. The main star of our reviews is the reviewer herself, Orla. And last but not least, the woman who does it all. Her name is kind of like Lorla, but it's Orla. So don't forget to click that first link to purchase your item. Bellroy do offer 6-year warranty. They do offer worldwide shipping and returns, but just be sure to check over on their website depending on where you're from. This is going to vary in prices and returns and all that jazz. Okay, let's get cracking on with the features. So branding wise, you'll find some here on the top, and then also you'll find the wee owl embedded here. So starting off with the external features that we have, you've got this kind of top grabbing handle. It's just a wee thin handle. It's handy to hang up the bag if you wanted to as well, and it's just kind of stuck in this position. It doesn't like flap down or have any kind of flexibility with it. It's just what it is. Has enough space for my whole hand, which is nice to actually fit my hand through a handle. Some brands are like, fit your hand through that. That is that up there. And then on the side, you have 2 compartments. One that has a cinch kind of closing. So it just means if you have a product in there, then you can kind of suction it around there and keep it a little bit more secured. We will be packing it out so you'll be able to see some products in there for you to get a better fit. This one doesn't have that, and there is no stretch to that. There also isn't any drainage holes. It's kind of really easy clean material anyways if you did have a spillage. But it is resin, so it means then when you are setting down the bag, you're not hearing like that clank because of the whole kind of thin material. So that is something to note. Moving on to the front, we have the buckle kind of closing. I absolutely love this. It's really durable. No issues in terms of those like kind of break-in. I actually think it like makes it a little bit more playful as well for this kind of design. So opening it up on both sides, You kind of get that security with that flap down for this kind of front pocket. So if you did have any valuables in there, know that it is slightly secured with these buckle kind of closing. It might be worth noting that these turn into kind of like loopholes here if you did have anything externally you might want to attach. But starting off with this front pocket, it's not coated. It does run. So on one side it stops there and then it runs down to here on the other side. And in there you will find a stretchier kind of style pocket. Just a little bit of space, handy enough to kind of place in, let's say, your phone, like so. And then quick and easy to, well, it's not really quick and easy to grab if you have the buckles obviously closing it, but that just adds the added protection. You can also use your kind of keys to sit in there if you didn't want them hanging right down. This is where your key tether is. It is sewn in. Nice durable hardware. So you can place your keys in there and then the rest kind of have space. You actually have a lot of flexibility here. So if you did want to shove something in there that was slightly a bit bigger, then you can go ahead and do that, but it is going to mold to that. So just being aware. Closing that up. Got a nice bright interior. Moving on up here, you've got the cinch closing. So just keeping in mind that you do have the flap. If you did want to open it up like so, and you wanted to kind of flap that down, just being aware that the gaps, if it is raining, that the water is going to go in there. But you do have that playful kind of closing. Opening this up, you'll see a little bit of branding. Hoping you'll be able to see. I might need to turn up the brightness on this. Can you see? That opens wide, and then you have a top grabbing kind of style pocket on this side. It's a bit smaller, just easy then if you did have like your purse and stuff that you could set up here instead of digging into like the bottom of the bag, because the rest of the bag is pretty flexible, so you're going to want to probably pack a bit smarter. So that's nice to have a top kind of grabbing pocket. Then on this side is where you can place an electronic. The back padding is really well padded, so I mean, depending if the bag falls forward or whatever you have in there, just being aware that this is quite flexible in itself. It's a bit flimsy in the kind of material. It's really easy clean material. I'm going to give you a measurement. I am able to fit my 14-inch in there. So 14, you could probably go up to about 15. Let's see, across, oh, I'd say about 9.5 maybe. This is the 14-inch. So you can get a rough idea. Yeah. I don't know, because of the curve, maybe the 15 might be a bit too much, but that 14 fits in lovely. Taking that out. And the rest is just space for you to pack up with. It does have like a false kind of bottom here for that laptop compartment, so safe in terms of setting it down. And as mentioned, that back is well padded, which we'll get into now. So on the back, I don't even know if you can kind of see that the straps even themselves are really well padded. The thickness here, if you can see, on the kind of pattern. Let me bring this brightness a wee bit down so you can see a bit better. Like, there is pretty thick for this kind of style of backpack. I still appreciate that in terms of the whole kind of comfort. On the straps, you can get a better fit here. Depending, you've got that seatbelt material, you can adjust it. A little bit of a thumb hole here, but my thumbs don't fit through that. The padding doesn't run right up to the top, but it's grand in terms of like comfort. I thought I would have missed that, but it's fine. Then on the back here, you do have a luggage slit as well. So let's go ahead and pack her on up. I'm gonna put my 14-inch here. I always like to carry my hoodie with me. An extra one. So that gives it kind of like a base as well that I love. At the top here, this is where I'm gonna place my phone, my wallet, purse, and passport. Shove that there. Gonna have my headphones here. Gonna put my book in with the laptop. Gonna have my lunch, tissues, my charger at the top, hairspray, and a hairbrush. Close that. Keys, camera, tripod. Closing that. Have a few water bottles we can test. This is a 500ml from Super Sparrow. They're all from. The links will be below if you fancy checking those out. This is a 1 liter, and that fits in nicely as well. Yay! Ooh. This is a 750ml, so that would work as well if you wanted to that is that all packed up. Okay, time for a wee fit check, comfortability, and see how this feels in the female body. This is what the backpack looks like on me. For reference, I am 5'6". I love it. I love that. It's got padding on the shoulder straps, so it's not uncomfortable. You've got padding on the back, so I'm not feeling my laptops digging into me or anything. See, it's gonna get a little bit hot under there if you are walking with this for long periods of time, because there is no real like airflow. But in terms of comfort, gorgeous, love it. Curves around the old girls. We don't have a sternum strap or anything, so this just fits nicely. So for we airline test, this is the requirements for EasyJet. Watch my straps. Stunning, gorgeous, love it. For a water test, it's not my favorite because of just the lack of like coating and the kind of material that I prefer, but it's grand in like light rain and stuff. Just being aware that the like front zip is a bit more exposed and you're gonna just take a bit longer to dry. This kind of material as well, be really careful when you are cleaning it, because oh lord, it's the kind of material that goes like bally. Like if you were like keep like rubbing at that, all the material is kind of gonna form into those little wee balls. Okay, time for some pros and cons. Pro number one for me, which is all, you know, my pros and cons aren't gonna be your pros and cons, but the style, everything. I love the flexibility and also still the attention to detail for such a kind of like simplistic backpack. You still got really good zips, like YKK zippers. You've also got a luggage pass through. You've got that key tether. You've got your side water bottle compartments, and it fits as a personal item. So what more could you want? Probably a lot more. Some cons to think about then. One being that it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's not going to look at this and get as excited as I have. Do you know what wouldn't have went amiss is like a wee secret pocket maybe on the back, or a top kind of pocket here that feeds into this bit, like the Topa design ones. That could have been a shout. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. If you do happen to have a wee gander over on the Bellroy website and you're thinking about purchasing this bag or any other bags, then we'd be forever grateful if you could use our links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.